How's it going everyone, Chris here with the next episode of my Modern Warfare 3 weapon guides. This time around we're going to take a look at one of my favourite weapons in the game, the Model 1887 shotgun, which in real life is known as the Winchester Model 1887. 1887 obviously being the year of its creation, and back then it was a hit with cowboys and lawmen of that time. And you'd usually see this weapon with the full stock and the full barrel. But as we see in game, it's a cut down version, or a sawn off shotgun with the stock removed and the barrel cut down. It's obviously made more famous in the 21st century with the help of the Terminator 2 movie. It was the weapon used by the bar owner when the Terminator strolls in and steals the guy's clothes, boots, and motorcycle. The bar owner fires off a shot outside when the Terminator's stealing the Harley Davidson motorcycle, only to have the Terminator snatch it out of his hands and use it for the rest of the movie, including that awesome flip-cock reload technique when he's on his motorcycle. We obviously also saw this weapon in Modern Warfare 2 when it was seen mostly in akimbo style back in the early days when it was super overpowered until it was patched. But in Modern Warfare 3 it returns once again, this time without the traditional wooden furniture. It's got some really nice and sexy black synthetics furniture this time. So in Modern Warfare 3 it's obviously in the shotgun category and it's unlocked pretty late on at level 62. So let's take a look at some general features of the Model 1887 in Modern Warfare 3. First up, the damage figures are pretty high. It's one of the two highest power pump action shotguns. We've got 3 pump actions altogether, the KSG-12, the SPAS-12, or SPAS-12 if you want to pronounce it right, but being a Yorkshireman I can't help but pronounce it SPAS. And obviously the Model 1887. So damage figures of the Model 1887 is 30-20, that's 30 up close, dropping off to 20 at long range. The Model 1887 and the SPAS-12 both have 8 buckshot, which means they emit 8 pellets. The KSG-12 emitted 6. So combined with that power it means you need to get 4 pellets out of the total of 8 to hit the bad guy at close range, and a total of 5 at long range for a one-shot kill. As you can see by the spread diagram, the overall spread of the pellets isn't too wide, which does help you get those long-range kills. And unlike the Modern Warfare 2 variant, the new Model 1887 has pretty nice iron sights, although you'll probably not be using these too much in game because it's basically just good enough just spraying from the hip. So I'm sure we all know by now that the shotguns in Modern Warfare 3 are subpar. They're nowhere near as powerful as the shotgun secondaries in Modern Warfare 2, and to get any decent use out of any of the pump action shotguns you really need to level them up to get the damage proficiency, or at least the range proficiency. Out of the 3 shotguns you've probably either got the choice of the Model 1887 or the SPAS-12. The SPAS is rumoured to have had some patches recently to beef up its stats, so I'm not too sure on the exact statistics of the SPAS-12, but I've heard that quite a few people have levelled it up and even equipped the damage proficiency and not being too happy with it. So if you're going to take the time to level up any of the shotguns, I'd definitely recommend going for the 1887. Having spent about a full day of like 8 hours worth of gaming just to level this weapon up for this guide, I've definitely experienced the highs and lows of it. The highs definitely been after I'd unlocked that damage proficiency. I've been posting the best game out of the clips I've been collecting for these guides as a kind of gameplay commentary, so I'll definitely be using the very first game I played after unlocking damage tomorrow or the day after as part of a gameplay commentary, so you can see exactly how much of an awesome streak I went on as soon as I unlocked that damage proficiency. I kind of got a full specialist streak going with one-shot kills, whereas beforehand I was struggling to get one-shot kills at point-blank range. So let's move on and take a look at some more detailed statistics of the Model 1887 in Modern Warfare 3. We often say pump action out of habit, but if we want to be technical, it's actually a lever action shotgun, as seen by the animation where the character levers out that reloading handle to clear out the empty shell and load the next. Like all the shotguns, we've got a fast aiming speed of 0.20 seconds, that's the same as the SMGs, so obviously a close range weapon, you've got the upper hand in that you can be on target first. You don't necessarily need a fast aiming speed with the shotguns because you can often just blaze away from the hip. From my little tests I really didn't find much difference between aiming down sights and spraying from the hip, unlike in Black Ops where the aim down sights would tighten up that spread. So I'd definitely recommend just blazing away from the hip just to save you that extra second or two. Being a lever action shotgun, the rate of fire is pretty slow at 65 rounds per minute. And finally we've got a 0.65 reload time for each shell, with there being 7 shells in total. So I'll let you do the maths to figure out the total reload time. Obviously it's worth bearing in mind that you can reload at any time and cancel it, so even if you just need to top up one shell or two, you can do a quick little reload and then get back in the action. So in Modern Warfare 2 we had the awesome attachment of akimbo, which allowed you to wield a Model 1887 shotgun in each hand, and it also provided that awesome flip cock animation. Unfortunately we don't have any attachments available in Modern Warfare 3, so for this guide I'm going to have to just talk a little bit about your kind of class setup for the 1887. It's a shame that there's not any attachments available at all. It would be nice if they included even just a novelty attachment that allowed you to flip cock reload that single Model 1887. That would be really cool and reminiscent of the Terminator. Actually, thinking about the Terminator, we also saw in the leaked footage or the leaked images from Modern Warfare 3, we saw the 3D renders and the art of the Model 1887. And in the close-up shots we saw the Hasta la Vista quote inscribed on the bike, so I'll have to pay closer attention next time when I'm using this weapon in game to see if that's still made it into the final release. But it's pretty obvious that this weapon is definitely inspired by that awesome movie, and I'll probably be stuck between the Model 1887 and the Spaz 12 when I come to do my Terminator class setup recommendation. So let's get back onto this guide and take a little look at some perks you might want to consider when rocking the Model 1887. First up, you'll want to equip Extreme Conditioning. Obviously, Extreme Conditioning grants you longer sprint times. With the shotguns being a close range weapon, you want to close that gap between you and the bad guys. You basically just want to run around like a madman with a shotgun. Second up, because we don't have stopping power in Modern Warfare 3, we've got a free slot in slot 2, which allows us to choose anything else from the tier 2 perks. You don't really need quick draw like you would with the other weapons, because we're not going to really be aiming down sights too much. So the two choices I'd go with is either Assassin or Hardline. Assassin if you're running either the Assault or Support streaks, or Hardline if you're running the Specialist package, which then allows you to unlock Assassin first of all as your first perk unlocked. Obviously Assassin will just keep you off the radar, which really does help when you're at a disadvantage while using this shotgun. You don't want to be hunted out by the bad guys, you want to kind of make your way around the back and cause havoc in their spawn and just kind of be as sneaky as possible. There's no option of a silencer with the 1887, so you're going to be showing up as a big red dot on the radar every time you open fire, so as soon as you can get out of the way and get some cover, the better, keep you alive. And finally, the best option for slot 3 is steady aim. Not only will this tighten up your hip fire spread for more likelihood of one-shot kills, but the Pro version also allows you to bring up the weapon quicker after sprinting, which gives you a major advantage when running into people on a one-on-one. So finally, let's take a look at some proficiencies you'll want to work with when ranking up your Model 1887. It's one hell of a mission trying to get these proficiencies, especially the damage proficiency at level 28, to be able to actually use the weapon as it should be used. Up till then you'll be tearing your hair out with hit markers, even at the most insane of ranges. But from my experience of leveling up this weapon on Sunday, like I mentioned, that full 8 hours worth of gameplay just using this weapon, here's my 3 recommendations you'll want to go with throughout the ranks. One of the first ones you get to play with is kick, and I definitely found this was one of the better proficiencies for the early days. I also tried out focus, but it didn't seem to do the job quite as well as kick did. Being a lever action shotgun, I wouldn't have thought that kick really would make much difference, but I seem to get a few pretty good games while using kick, so it's definitely worth equipping during those first few levels. After unlocking kick, there's nothing really worth considering right up until the later levels. We've got a daft unlock of attachments ×2, but obviously there's no attachments to choose from, so that's kind of obsolete. So the next best one to go for is range once you unlock it. Range obviously increases the deadly range of the weapon, so you only need 4 of those pellets to hit the target rather than 5. It does help you out in some situations where you can get those super long range one-shot kills, which are pretty cool, but you really want to keep leveling up this weapon until you unlock damage. So damage is really what makes the shotguns worth using. It's just a shame it takes so much time to actually unlock it. I'm not sure of the exact statistics, but I'm pretty sure damage increases the weapon's power by around 40%, which usually just means dropping the shots to kill down by 1. So in this case it'll be a 3-shot kill up close and possibly a 4-shot kill at long range. Despite not knowing those stats, I definitely saw a huge improvement of the weapon the first game after I unlocked damage. Like I mentioned, I went on a crazy specialist spree of one-shot kills, even at some insane ranges. So it definitely made all that time I put into the weapon ranking it up worthwhile. It's a shame that by the time I'd got the damage proficiency, I'd kind of maxed out my hard drive, from collecting clips. I'd got gigs worth of gameplays to sift through of all these clips from using the various proficiencies, so I'll definitely have to spend some time using the damage proficiency to get some nice gameplays. So that's about it for my review of the Model 1887. It's definitely one of my favourite weapons, so I thought I'd put a bit more time into this one and make it an extra special long review. So please drop me a thumbs up and share this video. Like I mentioned, I spent an absolute age unlocking the various proficiencies and putting some real time into this guide, getting those clips. If you've used the shotguns in Modern Warfare 3, you'll know how stress-inducing they are with those crazy hit markers. So I definitely appreciate a thumbs up or some help to share this video and spread the word to get a little bit more extra exposure. So thanks for watching everyone, and I'll catch you all later.